Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Rob Squad Reactions. We are so excited to continue this Rob Squad in the Creators series. But before we get started, let us introduce ourselves. As always, you are here with you, boy Jay.
Hey y'all, you're also here with girl Amber, and we are so lucky because here in Rob Squad the Creators, not only do artists bring us music that we have never heard before, but we get to revisit some songs and get the inside scoop on their creation. The Zombies are a band we discovered, I would say, about 2 years ago, and their sound is like nothing we had ever heard before or have really ever heard since. So it is our great honor to bring on the lead singer of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band, the Zombies, Colin Blunstone.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
No problem. Like I said, it is an absolute honor. And as Amber said, we were introduced to you guys about 2 years ago here on the channel, and actually have a clip from our reaction a while back. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Amber pulled this one out of the comments, so tell them who we got.
The Zombies. You know, anytime a band name is interesting like that, it sticks out. And the song is She's Not There.
I have never heard this one before, so to be honest with you guys, I am not quite sure what to expect. But okay.
Oh,
bass.
The bass guitar.
Yo.
Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care?
The whole vibe.
Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she acted, the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there.
Okay, is it just me, or is his voice like chilling, like haunting? Like there's something about it that just like, it's just like chilling. That's like the perfect word to me. There's something about it.
It's definitely different, especially like whenever he stretched out that note and kind
It's
of
like it's coming from his throat too. I don't know how to explain it.
The only voice in like I was thinking in my head as soon as I heard him, like they compare it to, it reminds me, remember that I can't even think of it now. Like, obviously, they don't have the same tone, but kind of the way the lead singer from The House Animal, The Rising Sun.
Eric Burden. Oh, okay.
It's
the haunting tone, because they have very different tones of voices.
Different tones, but it's like...
It's just that there's something about their voice.
Yes. Like, that's...
I don't want to say hollow, but there's something about it.
I mean, it almost sounds kind of hollow.
Yes.
But I mean, that was the first voice of when I heard his. That's who I thought of, and it kind of seems around the same maybe time as well. But let's go ahead and get back to it.
It might be.
Huh?
It might be.
Hey, drop down in the comments. Let us know what decade was this from. I remember that song so well, just because it had that haunting effect to it, and I loved the bass in there as well. So
no, I do remember it. It's a song that once you hear, it sticks with you, because I understand it. I understand that like this is from the British invasion, but even though that you guys, had these moments during the British invasion, it feels like it was still groundbreaking and like still very, very different from the sounds that we even sound into this point in the channel now with a little bit more musical knowledge. It was very different than a lot of the sounds that were out at the time. Then after that, I feel like it kind of gives me what the Doors started to do a little bit later in the 60s. Because it was very unusual and very different. And like I said, that haunting effect, it was cool.
This incarnation of the Zombies that I'm in now first played in 1999. And we've recorded that song many times. The original version, which you just played, was from the spring of 1964, when Rod Argent wrote that song and I sang it. And we were 18 when we recorded that song, and I remember it very, very well.
18 in a voice that pitch perfect.
Yes, exactly.
That is amazing.
I think in some ways my intonation was probably better when I was 18 than as I got older. You have to work at it a lot more as you get older. It was very natural at 18, but it was an interesting session. It was in Decca Studios in West Hampstead. And it's where a lot of the Decca artists like Tom Jones.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Lulu and people of that era would work in that studio. And we booked it for the evening. It was very fashionable in those days to sort of work through the night, although we only recorded till about 10 or 11, from 7 to 10 or 11. We arrived, and this is our first time in a commercial studio. And the engineer, who was a very good engineer, recorded many hits. He'd been at a wedding all day because it was a 7 o'clock start. And he was absolutely and completely blind drunk and very aggressive with it. And it was a little bit difficult. As I said, we were only, Rod and I were 18. I think Hugh Grundy was 18. Paul Atkinson was 17. So we've been thrown into the studio with a very drunk engineer. Goodness. But we had a bit of luck in that he collapsed. He went out cold after about half an hour in the studio, and we had to carry him out up 3 flights of stairs, one zombie on each leg, one zombie on each arm. We put him in a London black taxi, and I never saw him again. No, just waving by, never saw him again. And his assistant took over, and his assistant was called Gus Dudgeon. And Gus Dudgeon went on to be one of the biggest producers in the world. He produced most of Elton's early albums, like the first 7 or 8 Elton albums. He worked with David Bowie, Kiki D, many people. Wow. But Gus Dudgeon's first session ever was working with the Zombies on She's Not There, because the original engineer passed out. So wow, you never know what's going to happen in sessions, do you? You never know.
I mean, that was your first ever time in y'all's first time in a recording studio, and that's your story.
And for the person who made it, seize your opportunity. Yeah, he had an opportunity, and he did it and became one of the biggest. That's such a cool story.
That's a big example of like a butterfly effect. Because if that man wasn't blind drunk and didn't pass out, and this wasn't his first, he was stepping in the studio with you guys, y'all's first time together. And then what blossomed from that is a very cool story.
That is very super cool.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, I can remember thinking, it's ironic because I've been in the music business now for about 60 years. But 20 minutes into that session, I've got the headphones on, and this guy's screaming in my really, really bad language and very aggressive. And I thought, I don't think this is for me. I really don't. This is 20 minutes into my career. So I thought it was the end. And here we are 60 years later, and I'm still recording. So you never know what's going to happen. It's one of the really good things about the music business. No one knows what's going to happen. I love it when managers or head of A&R and record companies, they say, listen, if you record this song this way with this producer, this will happen. But they don't know. They have no idea. And no one knows. But I just nod. Yeah, okay. If that's what you think, that's fine, because no one knows.
I love getting the backstories like that. That is awesome. And we're ready to check out this live version of She's Not There. Like I said, we did the studio, so now I'm excited to check out the live. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
But no one told me about her, the way she lied. No one told me about her.
Oh, that note right there.
But it's too late to say I'm sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. But let me
drums. I love just the mellow tune and sound of that bass.
What could I do? No one told me about her. Who they on you? But it's too late.
keyboard. Hey.
Cool.
Oh, 2 sets of drums.
Yeah.
What? I don't feel like we've ever seen 2 sets of drummers at the same time. That is so awesome, and it's such a timeless song. Like the song is, like I said, it's just timeless. It's relevant today. I feel like it's a song that could be played still all over the radio today, just because of the sound, the meaning, vocals, everything.
I liked that we were introduced to this version of the song because my favorite part about She's Not There, other than that the vocals were haunting and kind of psychedelic and pitch perfect, the keyboard is what gives the unusual vibe, right? And you said, did you say Rod Argent? He is the one who did he write this song as well? Or
he did write it, yes.
Right.
And that was Rod playing actually he played an organ solo when we played it live, but on the record it's an electric piano. One of the things that made the Zombies unusual, almost unique really, is that we were very much a keyboard-based band that also featured 3-part harmony. I'm not sure anyone else did that. There were very few keyboard-based bands in the 60s. I can think of 1 or 2. You mentioned the Animals. Manfred Mann.
There she was, just walking down the street singing.
But we also did quite big harmonies as well with the keyboards, so it was quite unusual.
Yeah, it feels like it was, like I said, psychedelic and jazzy, but rockin'. And I love that we, in this version, that we did get a longer bit of the solo because it was the keyboard and the first version was so unusual and it did stand out and like made such an impact on you. So I love that we got a little bit extra and it was very different because it was very cool and still very fitting into it. So it's like we fell in love with the first original version. Then it's like, okay, guys, well, let's give you just a little bit more. And so I love the extra bit of solos, even that little bit of drums that we got right after the keyboard. It was
the two
cool.
drummers, I don't think we've ever seen 2 drummers on the same set like that before. So that was cool to see.
The reason for that was that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame wanted to feature the original band, but the guys in the original band haven't played regularly for many years, So we used the guy from the original band, and we also had the drummer from the current band, so that's why they were playing together.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's cool. I like
that is cool.
Yeah, and it worked well. It worked well. Yeah.
But I love seeing the audience sing along too, because like I said, it is one of those songs that when you hear it sticks with you. So I imagine this first came out and it being a hit and hearing it and, throughout the decades, listening to it and loving it and then kind of getting to see it live in that moment with you guys and see people sing along. You see the impact that the song had and how many people loved it. It was cool to see that big audience too.
There's 17,000 people there.
Yeah.
17,000 people.
That's
That is crazy. But Thank you so much, Mr. Colin Blunstone, for coming and joining us today on Rob Squad and the Creators. We send our audience out of here the same way every time we post a video, and that's we love you, we thank you, we appreciate you. And remember, every single day that you guys wake up, it is an absolute blessing and that you are blessed. And before we let you go, Mr. Blunstone, do you have anything that you would like to tell the RSR family, any of the fans out there?
Well, I mean, I would just say, please listen to the Zombies' most recent album. It's called Different Game, and it was released about a year ago. It charted in the States and in the UK in its first week.
Awesome.
It's really, really good. All new songs, and if you like that album, do come along and see us when we tour over there. It would just be great to see you.
That is awesome. Everybody make sure to go check out the new album. We will have all the links posted down in the description below. But we all have the same goal every day. Let them know, Mom.
All right, guys. Together as a collective, let's spread some light and love and just go out in this world and try to make somebody smile today.
Love y'all. Till next time. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Please don't bother.